Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now, let's look at some of the stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker, and I'm joined by Bloomberg reporter Louise Moon. Louise, good to have you with me. Novo Nordisk surging today, investors salivating because there's been a new step forward for this drug maker.
Yeah, a real crucial step, actually. So they've won approval in the US to sell a pill version of Wegovy, their blockbuster obesity drug. So that should start from January, and it's at a starting price of $149 a month. But the reason it's crucial is Novo essentially kind of created this whole market, and then they've been struggling to keep up, particularly in competition with their US rival Eli Lilly. And if you look at both of their share prices over the past year or so, you can see a real divergence. So Eli Lilly kind of shooting quite far higher, and Novo has had quite big losses really this year. So they're trying to keep up, they're trying to stay competitive, and having lost ground to Eli Lilly. So they're kind of relying on this new pill to fuel that growth. So as I say, that will start in January in the US, and they've also filed for approval in Europe and elsewhere. So if and when that comes, that could see it expanding out more globally. So as you say, I mean, as you mentioned before, the stock is a lot higher on this news this morning. So a bit of a boost to them. And then on Eli Lilly's side, they've said that their own version could be approved in March. So then it will kind of remain to be seen how that then plays out between the two in terms of competition.
Yeah, Novo Nordisk share price up 6.6% at least this morning. Couldn't help but notice that the pill version, apparently people drop about 16% of their body weight.
I know, I was astounded by that.
Yeah, which is, I think, less than the jab, but it means that you can take the pill on a more sort of ongoing basis. So I think that is the argument. And obviously it's easier to do than, I guess, an injection. So that on Novo Nordisk, a huge behemoth of a business for Europe, of course. Now, trouble at the farm, Orsted's wind farm, that is.
Yes, so this is the latest of the Trump administration. There's been a tumultuous year between the Trump administration and the clean energy sector, and this was news yesterday, so it's a bit of a day two, but the Orsted stock is continuing to react. So the US has suspended leases for all 5 wind farms that are under construction off the east coast of America, and Bloomberg estimates put the total committed capital for those 5 wind farms at about $28 billion US. So it's a big deal. This was, as I say, was announced yesterday, and they're citing national security concerns. So they're saying that the turbines could get in the way of radar systems. So as I say, the industry has been kind of repeatedly targeted by the Trump administration. If you look at Orsted's share price in particular, it's been kind of up and down, slumping quite heavily on some of this news throughout the year. Yesterday, it was really hit by this, and then today, slightly down as well. And then there's also, of course, another main one in Europe that would be affected is Vestas. Harmful news.
But question marks, I think, also about whether legally that will hold up that idea of the national security issue.
Yeah, and there was a note also just to say from Jeffries saying that they kind of would expect in the long run these to actually go through. So as you say, that's kind of ties into that legality point.
Okay. Pets at home have a new top dog. I've been regaling everyone on the team because we have a new pet at home, but not a dog, it's a cat.
Oh, cute.
Anyway, pets at home. Tell me more.
Yes, a new top dog, a new CEO. He's called James Bailey. He comes from Waitrose. He was managing director at Waitrose. So it comes after Pets at Home obviously did very well during COVID, and then this year in particular have been struggling. They're in the middle of a turnaround, so hoping that the stock is rising on this slightly. So I guess there's a bit of hopes for renewal in 2026.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.